Phoenix has already hit triple digits, and that's pretty much the norm. It's during summer months right here in Phoenix. Hello, I'm Deborah Cedillo Dugan, and welcome to another virtual report. What happens to our most vulnerable adults during the sweltering heat right here in Phoenix? Joining me now is Marshall Franklin. She is the director of the Human Services Department. Marshall, it's great seeing you.
Good morning, Deb. Great to see you.
You have launched this wonderful respite center. Tell us a little bit about it.
Sure. At the direction of the mayor and city council, last week, working with the Phoenix Convention Center, with other partners, have opened up what we call the Heat Relief Center at the Convention Center. It's open 7 days a week, currently from 9 a.m. in the morning until 6 p.m. in the evening. We do provide, while our guests are there, snacks throughout the day, water, and then we do provide lunch as well as provide dinner. We do pick up individuals who are experiencing homelessness right adjacent to the Human Services campus. We do require individuals be registered with the Human Services campus because part of our goal is to ensure that the individuals that we're helping during the day are still enrolled and engaged in receiving services. That's what's really important at the end of the day, is ultimately moving individuals who are experiencing homelessness into shelter and then into some type of permanent housing.
So this goes beyond just doing that quick respite. So there are actually meals, there's water. I mean, are they full-blown meals, lunch, dinner, breakfast, or how does that work?
Yes, they actually are. We're partnering with St.Vincent de Paul, who already is in the business of providing meals for individuals who are experiencing homelessness and other vulnerable populations. So we have worked with them. They deliver meals, both our lunch and our dinner. They vary from hot meals, if you will, to more of your cold meals like your salads with the proteins on top, as well as water. And then again, there are snacks that are provided throughout the day, which do vary.
Now, can one actually kind of spend the day in the nice air conditioned kind of, or is there, what are the rules and parameters, and what really is the criteria for you to actually be part of this respite center?
Sure. The only criteria really are two primary things. One, as I mentioned, the individuals need to be registered with the Human Services Campus. We use the identification that if they receive as a registered member of the Human Services Campus as access into the convention center, because quite honestly, we do have to manage the number of folks that are coming into the convention center given COVID and all of the other appropriate measures that we knew. The other requirement is, and it's tied to COVID, which is fairly straightforward, is that we do require individuals to have to wear masks the entire time that they are in the convention center. We do provide those. So for anyone who would be seeking respite services that has the ID from the campus who may not have a mask, we are obviously providing that to those individuals. That really is the only other requirement. There are some general ones, for example, the rules that you have around to be able to access the Human Services Campus. So obviously, no illegal drugs, those kinds of things. We do also allow service animals. So they are allowed, obviously, we would not want to limit someone who needs a service animal as a part of their day-to-day living from not, we couldn't do that, if you will. So just want to make sure we iterate that service animals are also allowed.
So I'm just curious, are families also taking part in this? And it really kind of, what is the clientele for the most part? And then what are the numbers looking like on a daily basis?
So because we are focusing on individuals who are registered at the Human Services Campus, that is single men and women. So the population that we're targeting are single men and women. Our families are traditionally, families who are experiencing homelessness are traditionally case managed and housed through a couple of other providers that the City of Phoenix contracts with. So for example, United Methodist Outreach Ministries, UMOM. And so individuals or families are not being sheltered at the Human Services Campus. They're being sheltered at locations and campuses that those types of agencies already have. We're working with the Human Services Campus, which are individual single men and women. However, if a family should come to the convention center, we obviously are not going to turn them away. What we would do is immediately work with Community Bridges, who we also contract with Outreach, who are based at the convention center with us as our partners. We would immediately get that family connected with CBI. CBI then will connect with our service partners that focus on families who are experiencing homelessness. And then our numbers have been averaging, if you will, since we opened up the respite center Friday, tomorrow, last week, a week ago Friday, our numbers really are averaging between 60 to 70 per day on average.
That's great. What a wonderful respite. And just to be clear, once they're there, they can pretty much stay the day, correct?
Yes, that is correct. And actually, what we basically are requiring that once you come into the convention center, to the respite center for the day, that you do stay there the entire day. If individuals should choose to leave, they will not be allowed back in on the same day. And again, that's just to manage the volume of individuals who are coming in, as well as us to be able to manage and provide those case management services to those individuals.
Wonderful service. And I love to hear all these partners. Of course, we're partnering with our own Phoenix Convention Center, Human Services Department, and the transit, I think, is probably the public transit department. But then having these outside, St. Vincent de Paul, Community Bridges, again, our fellow partners here that do great work every single day for social services. You guys do so much in our community. I mean, just my hat's off to you. You want to chat a little bit about more some of the other things you're doing over the summer?
Sure. Some of the other things that we're doing over the summer, we always are focusing on providing utility and rental assistance for individuals. But as we all can appreciate, summers are hot here in Phoenix. And while a lot of the utility companies have moratoriums on disconnections during the summer, those bills still have to be paid once the moratoriums are lifted. So we spend a lot of time working with individuals who need assistance with utility payments to either come in to us now so that we can assist and not wait until the moratorium is up, or if they should choose to, really working closely with them once the moratoriums are lifted on being able to assist them with utility assistance, deposits, that kind of thing. The other thing that we spend a lot of time doing, working in partnership with our neighborhood services department and under our human services department landlord and tenant program, is you've got renters sometimes. If you have landlords where air conditioning, AC units, those types of things are broken, you have windows maybe that are not sealed and heat is coming in. There's a program in neighborhood services that provides funding to do that. But oftentimes, if you have individuals who are renting who need to be displaced because of the repairs, the NSD funding doesn't support that. So we also provide some, if you will, wraparound support in terms of assisting maybe with a hotel room overnight or two. If someone needs a bus pass because their job was in walking distance, they now have to be displaced while the repairs are made and they need transportation to get to work, we can provide bus passes and those types of things. We also partner with Salvation Army in terms of bottled water donation. As you can appreciate, typically there is a very large heat relief network, but because of COVID, many of the buildings, locations, and partners that we use are closed to the public, which means those are not available as respite stations or places where individuals can get water. The Salvation Army, through its multiple locations throughout the city and the valley, is still accepting water donations and has those facilities open, that if there are individuals who are out needing water, you're going to work, you're stopped at the bus stop, you're somewhere, it doesn't necessarily mean you have to be experiencing homelessness, but you just have a need either to get somewhere and cool off or you need some water.
Because you probably forgot your water. And we know in Arizona, especially in the summer months, you got always tote that water around. Well, again, the Human Services is one of my favorite departments within the city because you are all about serving the people, and especially the people in need. Thank you so much for joining us. You want to give us a shout out for your website for people to find out more information?
Sure. If you need any more information, feel free to go to phoenix.gov/human services, all one word. Thank you so very much. And Deb, thank you for the opportunity to be able to share the great work that really staff are doing and our partners are doing around heat relief and respite and really providing services to those who are most vulnerable.
Thank you so much, Marshall. It's great seeing you, even though it's virtual. Stay safe out there. And again, thank you for all the great work you do for our city residents.
Thank you.
I'm Deborah Cedillo Dugan with another virtual report.